So can we be protected, Chair? Because we will be tempted to respond.
Thank you, sir.
For as long as they provoke us, we will respond.
Thank you, sir.
Fearlessly so.
Honorable members, let me do this. Let me tell you,
No,
because
Chair.
I will give you a chance to speak. Let me
No,
say,
on a point of order, I just want to make one point very clear.
point of order.
You see, the problem is when you deal with anti-intellectuals.
No, but he's out of order. I'm
That's
also raising a
from
point of
rural
order, Chair.
areas.
I'm raising a point of order.
I'm
These are
ruling.
small-
On a point
these are
of
small
order,
boys
Chairperson,
that
on a
have
point of
engaged-
order.
I've engaged their
On a point
father
of order, Chair.
long before
Chair,
they
on a
arrived
point
here.
of order. On a point of order,
when they were still
Chairperson.
looking after
On a point
cows
of order, Chairperson.
in the villages
He
of
continues to
Mzimkhulu.
say nothing. He
I was
says a
dealing
lot
with
of
their
nothing.
father here.
He can't even
Yeah.
control Mafinyila.
They can't do anything.
He can't
Small
even
boys.
control Mafinyila.
Control
That's
your-
the only thing
control
that
your weight.
we're going to speak, Chair, for as long
Control
as
your weight.
we're
At
not
least
going
control
to
your
be
weight.
bullied by Malema
And
here.
and buy
We're
the
not
right
going to
size
be
of
bullied
clothes.
by you. We're not your boys. We're not your fans here,
control your
Malema.
weight and
We
buy
are
the
not
right
your
size of
fans
clothes.
here.
Okay.
You think what these boys were carrying back for you? We're not your fans here.
That is
We are not your fans. We are going to confront you.
Honorable
We will confront you. We will confront you. We will confront you.
Honorable
We are not your fans here. We're not your fans here.
Honorable members,
We're going to confront him.
May you please listen to me, honorable
We're going to
members.
confront him. We're not his
is
fans.
centered around monitoring police behavior or conduct, especially where there are complaints, especially where there are murders, and any other related matters. So in summary, they are policing the police.
Thank you very much, Minister. So in your testimony, you then indicated that the IPID report on Phala was classified by the head of IPID. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Not by yourself. So based on your response on what the mandate of IPID is, can I then confirm that IPID would not be investigating the president? They are investigating police conduct.
That's correct.
Now, how does one get a report declassified, Minister, if somebody was looking for a report that IPID would have classified?
You will need to wait until IPID declassifies it. In other words, they review their decision and they come to that conclusion. When there was a question from Parliament on the classification, which was mistakenly assumed to be me who had done that, I actually took the question, went to IPID to say, did you classify? What were the reasons? I'm facing a question in Parliament, and they told me that it is them, independent of the minister, and some of the reasons they touted were other parallel investigations that were going on in relation to Phala, and therefore they then classified for that reason until they come to another conclusion, maybe at the conclusion of some criminal cases that were going on under another entity that time.
Thank you, Minister. So I would be correct then, based on what you said, if I was to advise Honorable Skosana that if he is looking for information about an IPID report that does not investigate the president, despite his repeated assurances to that regard, he has to approach IPID for the classification of the report.
That's correct, Honorable.
Thank you. So I trust that will bring the matter to a close, Honorable Skosana on Phala.
Chair, singabantu Chair, mele sibonge Chair. Siyabonga mamdikuzamile ukumdefend uminister ngizophinda futhi sorry.
Honorable Shong, I agree, you know how much I love you and how much I respect you.
Don't take my 10
You know
minutes.
that. And I have assured you that there is at no time where we will deny you an opportunity to speak. So when you raise your hand, the chair will gladly recognize you like I do now. Honorable Sanguni has completed the part that she wanted to, and I saw that your hand was up. I now allow you to speak.
Thank you Chair. No Chair, kuyisinto ukuthi umuntu mayenza kahle sibonge. So umkhonto wesizwe Chair besicela ukubonga kumamkhusela ukuthi awuzamile ukumdefend uminister. Kodwa sazombuza ke imibuzo ngoba iphalaphala leli miningi imizi egcekeziwe emalokishini awaclassifyanga ama-document walawo ama-docket walawo mizile egcekeziwe. Sisazoyixoxa ngoba ireporta kuyi-IPD. Siyabonga mamkhusela ne-ANC edefend uminister. Inkosi ibusise. Amen.
Do you want to comment on the
there's nothing
the
to-
message of gratitude?
No, it's a pleasure, Honorable Chairperson. As the ANC, we will continue to seek to educate Kondo Wesizwe, as they call us ngabantu bakwagogo. So we're happy to educate them on how these things work. Thank you, Chair.
I see the hand of Honorable Nomvalo is up.
Yeah, no, Chair. Can members of this committee be protected? And not, Chair, please don't allow their names to be wrongfully cited in a line of questioning. If we want to maintain the decorum of this meeting, I think it's important that we comply with the highest principles of discipline and not allow members to just throw in names unnecessarily so and unprovoked of one of honorable members in this committee. I thought you are going to protect us against what honorable
What has been said, Honorable Nomvalo?
and two, we don't need to be educated by the ANC. They don't qualify to educate us, and they will never qualify. We don't need to be educated. If anything, it's us who must educate them on how to run a country without being engulfed by corruption. They need to be protected. I mean, to be educated by us. This country is in turmoil because of them. So, Chair, please protect us, because if you allow them to degenerate, you are also going to degenerate. We can't degenerate, but because we respect your stewardship as the Chair and we respect members of this committee, we choose not to degenerate. So can we not be drawn to such? Please.
I want to hear from you. What is the part that you want corrected?
No, he must not throw the name of Skosana in her line of questioning. It's unnecessary, Chair. To say to a witness, if I tell Skosana this, will I be correct? This is not about individuals.
Okay. So what you are saying is that instead of being specific, she could just have said honorable member.
No, Chair. As we ask questions here, people must not take notes of what we're asking and want to use our names unnecessarily so in their line of questioning. You can ask a question without mentioning Skosana and without being sarcastic, because she was sarcastic by saying, if I tell Skosana this, would I be correct? What is that?
Okay. Honorable Matthews.
Mine is just on clarity, Chair. So we don't want to leave the nation misunderstood about our terms of reference, as Honourable Member has said. On 3.5 and 3.6 of our terms of reference, it covers, if we want to bring in Phala Phala, we can bring in Phala Phala, because the broader scope of what we're doing, I've just lost these terms of reference, speaks to us investigating the broader corruption within the justice system. And if Phala Phala, Honourable Member, falls under that, we are allowed to bring that to the committee and for us to investigate that as well. And also in terms of us declassifying documents, it does not need the MKP to go and declassify the Phala Phala report. We can make that decision here as a committee to have that done if it's going to serve the purpose of it. So it was just about clarification before the nation is misled by the GNU. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Malema.
No, on 2 points, Chair. it will be disingenuous and anti-democratic principles not to make reference to an honorable member who made a point that you think it is differently put and therefore more clarity is sought. So there is nothing wrong with what Honorable Sangoni does. In the principles of debates, the best option for your name not to be called again is to keep quiet. If you are sensitive like that, keep quiet. But if you are going to open your mouth, you must know a reference is going to be made to that opened mouth, especially if it gets opened and say a lot of nothing. So there is nothing wrong with points of engagements and done in a very respectful way, where Honorable Sangon waited for a turn. She could have come in even at that time. She decided, no, I'm not going to come in at that time. I'll wait for my turn. So what is that? That is, you must not be scared of the highest stage of engagement. And that is Parliament. That's where we are now. And then the second point is, in terms of 3.5 of our terms of reference and 3.6, actually I must read them. Establish whether any wrongdoing, corruption, or breach of conduct have occurred within SAPS or any other relevant institution as outlined in the revelation. Assess the adequacy of internal mechanism for dealing with corruption, misconduct, and poor management within the SAPS, within the Ministry of... So if there is corruption that is being done at IPID, and amongst other things, the corruption of sealing Pala, we are well within our rights to raise it here. And the minister can answer for himself. So Honorable Skosana is not outside the terms of reference of this Ad-hoc Committee. And therefore, there is nothing wrong with what he said about Pala. We think and we hold a view, some of us, that Pala at IPID was wrongly classified because we find no justification why Pala is classified. Police who were investigating Pala ended up being investigated by IPID because someone reported them at IPID that these police were favoring the president. And before all of them were equal. Therefore, we want IPID to investigate the conduct of these police who are protecting the president. Whether you like it or not, Pala is the president, is Honorable Cyril Ramaphosa. It's a synonym for Honorable Cyril Ramaphosa. So it doesn't matter how people want to put it. So we are well within our right, Chair, and that right must be protected, and society must not be misled that people who speak about Pala here, they are outside the terms of reference. And the good thing with terms of reference, the Constitution or the law, is very important that every time when you speak about it, make reference to it, because you might think you know it, only to find that you don't know it. It's like Bible. A lot of you think you know Bible and you end up saying wrong things because you had those pastors who are feeding people petrol saying the same things, and you come here and repeat those things without having read the Bible. Thanks.
Honorable Chief Whip. No,
thanks, Chair.
I'm aware the clock has stopped.
Yeah.
Honorable Sangon, you must not be worried.
No, thanks, Chair. I think the earlier intervention made by Honorable Malema is quite correct. Throughout our sessions, I mean, right from the inception, we have made references, and I will when I ask questions to the minister later on. We have been making references to questions that were posed by either the senior counsel or any one of our members. So that practice is correct, and I don't think that we should change it. Where I think, on the second intervention, where I think we probably running a risk that colleagues did not understand the context within which Honorable Sangon was raising the issue. Over a period of time, on many occasions in this platform, the insinuation has been made that the classification of the Pala report was at the instance or at the behest of the minister. References have been made, if you go to our records in this Ad-hoc Committee, that the minister somehow had a hand on that issue. As a consequence of which, in one of our hearings, one of the witnesses was asked a direct question. I can't remember which of the generals.
who has the authority to classify the report? And the answer was that the only person who can classify the report is the primary author of the report. Now, when Honorable Sangon is raising the question, of course, she may have jokingly then made references, which is what I suppose has also made the MKP not to be comfortable. She may have been very, very casual in terms of how she refers to Honorable Skhosana. But the fundamental issue